Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Last time, we made the elusive man regret his decisions. This time around, we have landed on Ilium, a new hub world. And as we noticed, the landing fees have been paid for us by Liara. So let's see if we can go and meet Liara. Also,
Tired of trading employees only to lose them to your competitors? Perhaps IndentureTech can help. The leading provider of cutting-edge indentured service, IndentureTech can provide contract guaranteed labor for any technical area. Contact IndentureTech today. You've been a slave to your employees for too long. Shouldn't it be the other way around?
okay. But actually, we do have some things to do in Ilium, aside from just walking around, talking to people and shopping, although shopping will be a large part of it. What we are actually here for, in this case, is so many things. Dossier the Assassin, Thane Krios, Quick Kill Biotic Specialist, Expert Sniper. Thane Krios is a Drell, trained from childhood as an elite assassin, proficient in both long-range sniping kills and close infiltration. He has slowed his activities in recent years, but is rumored to have a target on Ilium. Talk to Liara Sony, Nosastra's best information broker, at her office overlooking the trading floor. So let's go do that.
25. Sell at 25.
No, you're not hearing me. I want to buy it up. Buy it all up.
Come on, give me something.
I think this is like the stock exchange. So these people are just trading stocks.
Excuse me, are you Commander Shepard?
I may be.
You're Commander Shepard? I saw your... I guess you would say your aura. I'd recognize you anywhere. I was asked to give you a message if I saw you. It's from a friend you made on Novaria.
Novaria, you say?
I met a lot of people on Novaria. Could you be more specific?
I believe the message itself should make it clear. Shepard, we hide. We borrow. We build. But we know that you seek those who soured the songs of our mothers. When the time comes, our voice will join with yours, and our crescendo will burn the darkness clean. Thank you, Shepard. The Rachni will sing again because of you.
Well, it's a message from the Rachni. So the Rachni Queen actually remembers us.
I'm glad to hear that you're rebuilding. Are you somewhere close by?
The Rachni Queen is not here. That message is one of many memories I carry from her. I encountered her on an uncharted world. She saved my life. More than that, she gave me a purpose. They are an amazing people, Shepard. The galaxy owes you a great debt for giving them a second chance.
Well, that's nice. So the Rachni are alive, and they don't seem to be starting another war. So that's pretty cool.
I got that she was grateful. What else was her message saying?
That the first Rachni war was a mistake. Some things soured the voices of her people. In Rachni psychology, that would be like mind control, I think. It doesn't really translate. Anyway, she believes you are fighting the ones who did that, and she promises to help.
She thinks that the Reapers caused the Rachni War?
I can't say for sure, but she was certain that her ancestors were forced into war against their will. Her people aren't naturally aggressive. If they made war, it was not of their own doing.
So you're saying it was indoctrination? Well, that's an interesting thought. And it is interesting that they would have... the Reapers would have the ability to indoctrinate the Rachni all that time ago, because the Rachni Wars were quite a long time ago.
How did you find the Rachni?
I was working as a courier. Pirates ambushed my ship, and I was forced down on an uncharted planet. I was badly injured, alone and near death. Then they found me. They saved me.
What happened to the pirates who attacked you?
They were obliterated, as they should have been. The Rachni are not aggressive, but they do what they must.
Self-defense, eh?
You obviously got off world again. Did the Rachni give you a ship?
No. Countless workers repaired my ship. It runs better now than it did before. They remind me of the Keepers on the Citadel in a way. All working together, each with a purpose.
Well, that raises yet another interesting thought. Were the Keepers something akin to the Rachni before they were controlled by the Reapers? And perhaps, maybe for replacing the Keepers, the whole Rachni wars were started due to Reaper meddling?
Can you tell me where the Rachni are?
I'm afraid not. I don't even have that information myself any longer. After I met the Rachni Queen, that information was removed. It's not painful, but I simply don't remember. I'll remember when I need to. And her caution is understandable. The galaxy isn't yet ready for the return of the Rachni.
Indeed.
You said the Queen gave you a purpose. What do you mean?
The Queen shared her song with me as I recovered. I saw the Rachni as only an Asari could. They are so beautiful and so vulnerable. They needed someone to purchase things they cannot make themselves. Someone to work within the system. An agent, if you will. I am happy to help. My life as a courier was empty and shallow. Now I'm helping a great race rebuild itself.
You were really comfortable walking away from your old life?
You're concerned that the Queen is controlling me. I understand, but it doesn't work like that. Our minds were in perfect harmony. I saw their beautiful spirit and their need. I knew what I had to do. If some part of that is suggestion, then it was a side effect from their efforts to save my life. I am happy.
Well, that certainly worked out for the best, looks like. So our choice to save the Rachni Queen? Probably a good one.
Thank you for giving me that information. I'm glad my friend in Noveria is doing well.
Be well, Commander Shepard. You will not see me again.
So fun fact, I don't think I have ever seen this conversation before now. I'm not sure why though, because I did definitely save the Rachni Queen a few times, but the default when you start a new game without importing a profile from the first game is that you let the Rachni Queen die. So obviously, most of the times you won't be able to see this. So that's pretty cool.
The trade of organics is proscribed on worlds you term civilized. Yet none of you question the limited freedom EDI is allowed aboard Normandy.
What? Not sure I get your point. What does trade have to do with ED? But okay.
Holy crap, Shepard! I thought you were dead.
And speaking of friends from Noveria, there's Gianna Parasini, who worked as the sort of secretary to Administrator Annalise there.
Shepard? The news said you were dead. What happened?
No, wait, probably classified. Forget I asked. You just have to lie.
It's been a couple of years. I'm Gianna Parasini, Noveria Internal Affairs. You helped me nail Administrator Annalise.
Yep, and worked as a double agent. It was my pleasure.
Happy to help. What happened to Administrator Annalise?
He made the one mistake Noveria won't tolerate. He got caught taking their money. He's doing a few years in white-collar prison. More importantly, he won't work in the field again. Sit down. If I remember right, I owe you a beer. What brings you to Ilium? You know, that you can talk about.
These are interesting options. but I can talk about everything, so...
You ever heard of the Collectors? They're attacking human colonies. I'm gonna stop them.
Damn, Shepard. For me, a tough job involves more paperwork. Hey, listen, I just remembered something. I've gotta go. Talk to you later? And don't forget to drink your beer.
And we got a new quest. And also Paragon points. Ilium, Gianna Parasini. Gianna Parasini, an old acquaintance from Noveria, left under mysterious circumstances with a reminder not to forget about a drink she had ordered. Examine the beer. Look at the beer Gianna ordered. Let's look at this beer. Shepard, had to leave. Target saw me. Couldn't break cover. A sorry merchant smuggling schematics from Noveria. Can you talk her into showing you good stuff? Talk to merchant. Convince the tech merchant to show smuggled merchandise. So, the merchant that looked this way was this way around.
I'm looking for the best tech upgrades you have.
Of course. I can help you with a consult and figure out what options work for you.
And this is a Ceres Technology stand. But let's talk to the merchant.
Welcome. You look like someone who needs high-quality equipment. Feel free to look around. My store has the best tech and biotic equipment on Ilium.
What kind of merchandise do you carry?
The latest in biotic upgrades and Omni-tool modifications. Very high quality. Sometimes I even get special items in. No promises, of course.
Special items, you say? Maybe smuggled from Noveria? But just like in Citadel, we can get discounts by using Charm or Intimidate. So, let's Charm.
Is everything here so expensive? I'd planned to drop a lot of credits today.
Really?
I'm outfitting a team for a dangerous mission. I need the best and I'm willing to pay for it. As long as you work with me.
Well, perhaps I could give you a preferred rate at the kiosk. Here, a small discount, and when I get special items in, you can take a look.
Well, what Shepard said was actually very much accurate. I am planning to spend a lot of credits. And special items, you say?
What kind of special items are we talking about?
Oh, you know, schematics, designs. Nothing illegal, but I may not have all the licenses to sell them.
That's the definition of illegal? At least on Ilium? So,
Do you have anything else? Anything not listed on your main merchandise kiosk?
Well, there is one thing. Very advanced design. Not publicly available yet.
That's because it's still in development on Noveria, and illegal for export. Hello, Hermia.
Parasini, you set me up! But this isn't Noveria. You don't have the authority to arrest me.
I don't care whether you go to jail. I've got all the evidence I need to find you out of business.
well, that's corporate for you. Doesn't matter if you go to jail, as long as you're out of business.
Do you have the authority to seize the schematic she's trying to sell?
I don't have to. Hermia was under suspicion. We leaked a faulty device to her. All this thing will ever do is blow up in your face.
I need to go. I have to talk to my lawyer.
Talk fast, Hermia. When the fines hit, you won't be able to afford him. Ah, that was good. I've got to go file a few papers. Come by my table when you've got a minute.
Excellent. And we got 5 Paragon points. Nice. But most importantly, we got a discount at this stand. It's still active because Hermia left in too much of a rush to think about anything else. And we got a Hyper Amp, Biotic Damage, Bio Amp Upgrade, Squad Bonus plus 3% Biotic Damage. And I think we've already read these. So let's just buy things.
We can use this.
Bypass Module. Quantum threading, Omnitool upgrade, doubles the time limit for bypass. The unreliability of purely software-based security has given rise to electronic logs based on physical as well as electronic keys. Marketed as unhackable, these logs have gained popularity. Omnitool manufacturers responded by adding universal key capabilities to modern Omnitools. These require some level of skill, like a lockpick, but software systems makes it possible for competent operatives to bypass most locks in time. Improvements to scanning and autocorrection software make it possible to work locks over without triggering defenses. So this is basically the equivalent to the hack upgrade module, except that this is the bypass version, so you get a longer time for doing your hacks and bypasses. And while that's very useful for hacks, bypasses aren't that big of a deal, at least as far as I've seen so far. And it is rather expensive, so I think I'll just hold off on that for a bit. Meanwhile, multi-core amplifier, squad bonus plus 30% deck power damage. Really nice.
This might be useful.
And in fact, I am out of credits. So, really, just that much. Maybe we'll be able to get some more credits later on. But this will also unlock some extra research on the Normandy, I'm sure. So that's really nice. Alright, so let's follow up with Gianna. Speaking of which, Gianna Parasini has requested help. Yep. Talk to Gianna. Let's go.
Hermia is going to be a very poor woman very shortly. Thanks for the help, Shepard. I love nailing Asari. So ageless and superior. Then you get them and they squeal like schoolgirls.
It must be nice having a job that you really enjoy.
I wanted to be a cop, or CSEC, but my family had bills. I needed the money a corporate job brought in. Besides, in this job, you don't see things that make it hard to sleep at night. White-collar crime is nice and clean. Hell, at least this time I didn't have to wear heels and a dress.
Oh, come on. You looked very nice in a dress. Partially because it was high definition, and the outfit you're wearing right now is not. Hint, it really needs to be upscaled, like most of the casual outfits in this game.
How'd you end up on Noveria, anyway?
Scholarship program and a competitive internship. Turned out I was only middling at the science, but I could always ferret out secrets. You grow up poor and surrounded by rich kids, you get good at hiding yourself. Helps with going undercover.
What's up next for you?
Research. We've had some hacking attacks lately, and I want to make sure they're external. A lot of people are suddenly interested in dark energy. My bosses want to know if it's something to worry about. That'll hold me over until I have to go back undercover anyway.
Dark energy, you say? Well, remember this for later, because dark energy will come up later in the game. But for now, we just know that a lot of people are interested in it for some reason.
It must be hard, going undercover so often.
It's not so bad. Go new places, be new people. The only weird part is when you go home and try to talk to people, and you forget how to react. Like it's another cover, you know?
Be new people?
Deep down, part of you likes fooling people. That's what makes you good at it.
Part of me, yeah. I grew up poor and working class. Now I walk around the rich and powerful, taking notes, getting evidence. And they never see me coming.
It's been a pleasure, Gianna.
You too, Shepard. See you around. Oh, hell with it. Mwah. Much better than an autograph. Take care of yourself, Shepard.
Level up! Much better indeed. Alright. So actually we now have skill points to spend. And I'm going to spend them in Overload once again, of course. Legion still needs to save up for that AI hacking, and Jacob needs to save up for that Cerberus operative, so that's all for the time being. But what we want to do...
Difficult development for human expansion as the colony on Horizon has been attacked. The Council has suggested that the attacks are a tragic coincidence, likely the result of Batarian slave traders or isolated pirate attacks. Investors in prefabricated complexes are rejoicing, however, as the repair and rebuilding plans have spiked shares industry-wide.
Yeah, sure, that was pirates and slavers. Not collectors at all. No siree. But anyway, what we want to do is, in fact, go follow our leads and also talk to Liara.
Hello, Commander Shepard. Liara will be pleased to see you.
You're Liara's assistant?
Yes. Liara relies upon me to acquire useful intelligence. I don't have her network of contacts, but I supply her with supplemental data. It's really an honor to work with her.
You're Liara's assistant?
No.
Yes. I don't have her network. It's really an honor to work with her.
What's Liara's reputation here on Ilium?
She is greatly respected. In a few short years, she's amassed a sizable network of connections. She could have even more political power than she already wields, if she weren't so focused on her personal goals. But I believe she should tell you about that, not me.
Personal goals, you say?
I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander.
Well, that's interesting. So she now has an assistant, and for some reason is an information broker.
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have. I'll make it simple. Either you pay me, or I flay you alive. With my mind. Shepard! Nixeris, hold my calls. Shepard. My sources said you were alive, but I never believed. It's very good to see you.
Sources, you say?
You have sources now?
A few. Sources, contacts, even a little hired muscle. I've been working as an information broker. It's paid the bills since you... well, for the past 2 years. And now you're back, gunning for the collectors with Cerberus.
That's not exactly public knowledge.
Neither is you being alive, Shepard. Information is my business now. And if you need information on finding people, I'm happy to help.
Join us.
What about you, Liara? I could use your help on this mission.
I can't, Shepard. I'm sorry. I have commitments here, things I need to take care of.
So she is not joining. Unfortunately.
If you can't join me, would you be willing to give me some information?
Of course. Who or what are you looking for?
Thane, actually.
I'm looking for Thane Krios. He's supposed to be here on Ilium.
The assassin? Yes. He arrived here a few days ago. My sources tell me he may be targeting a corporate executive, Nisana Dantius. He contacted a woman named Serena. Serena has an office in the cargo transfer levels. Perhaps she can tell you where Krios is.
Okay, so we have a lead on Thane.
That was all just off the top of your head?
I'm a very good information broker, Shepard. The world of intrigue isn't that different from a dig site, except that the dead bodies still smell.
I'm pretty certain the world of intrigue is very different from that of a dig site. I don't think there's that many skills that are useful in both information brokering and doing archaeology, so I reserve my judgment. But while we're here, we can also ask about Samara.
There's an Asari named Samara here on Ilium. Do you know where I could find her?
Samara? Yes. She arrived recently and registered with tracking officer Dara. You can find Dara at the transportation hub.
There's the other dossier that we have that we can follow. But we're not doing that for some time still. But while we have the option to, let's just get some information about that.
Why would Samara have to register with a tracking officer? Is she a criminal?
No. In fact, she's quite the opposite. Samara is a Justicar, one of an ancient sect of Asari warriors. Dara can tell you more.
Well, we'll hear more, but later on.
Thanks for the help. That's all I needed to know.
Of course. If there's anything else I can help you with, let me know.
How's your own work going?
It's busy. It's crazy. It would be so easy to join up with you. Like old times. But these aren't old times. I have commitments here. Things I need to take care of.
What kind of things do you need to take care of? Are you in trouble?
No, no trouble. But it's been a long 2 years. I had things to do while you were gone. I have debts to repay. Listen, if you want to help, I need someone with hacking expertise. Someone I can trust. If you could disable security at key points around Ilium, you could get me information I need. That would help me a great deal.
What's this all about, Liara? Can't you just talk to me?
Don't you think I want to, Shepard? This isn't because I don't trust you. This is Ilium. Anything I say is probably being recorded.
Okay, so basically we can't really get any of the details because things are being monitored all the time. That said, we could just go to the Normandy. Though that said, it is also bugged. I guess the safest place to talk would be Morden's lab, because we do know that it has been debugged, although Edie is still probably listening in on everything. So yeah, that's a bit of a pity.
Hacking a terminal sounds pretty easy. Why do you need me?
I don't know anyone else I can trust. Hacking the security node won't get you the data. It just creates a minor glitch in the system. You'll have a short time to find a local server left vulnerable by that glitch, and upload the data to my system. I'm leaving my own system vulnerable so that the data can be imported during that short time.
Well, at least there's something that we can help Liara with, so let's do that.
If it'll help you, I'll take care of it.
When you hack one, a server will open somewhere nearby for a short time. You can download data from there, if you hurry. Thank you, Shepard. This may help me pay a great debt.
I'll talk to you later, Liara.
Okay, so we have a new quest, hack security nodes. And we have some leads on Samara and Thane. That's a rather strange extra quest, though. So we have Ilium Liara system hacking, which is oddly enough on missions? Liara has requested help hacking systems on Ilium to get her valuable data. After hacking a system, a vulnerable server node can be linked to Liara's machine. Hack security nodes. Find security terminals, hack them, and then locate the nearby vulnerable data and upload it to Liara. That's rather strange. And yeah, there's nothing in assignments, so I guess I just got 2 notifications of the same quest. One thing to keep in mind is that at this point you really don't want to choose the option let's get the Shadow Broker, because doing that automatically fails that quest, and you don't get any rewards out of it at all. So yeah. So, about this meeting with Liara, there's a lot of things I want to talk about. First of all, there's a few differences from the vanilla and the conversation after you install the Shadow Broker DLC. One of the changes is that the DLC seemingly changes Liara's face texture. In vanilla, it looks very, very strange. She is extremely pale, with a hilarious amount of makeup, and you can hardly recognize her as being Liara altogether. And that leads me to the mod of the week. even though the Shadow Broker DLC actually changes the texture, it still doesn't make the texture exactly the best. There are still a few things that I don't really like in that texture, and there have been people who have reworked Liara's texture in several different formats and called it the Liara Retouched project. I modified that a bit because that project was actually made for Mass Effect 3 rather than Mass Effect 2. I did a few changes to make it fit the Mass Effect 2 model and applied it here. So the variant that I use here was called Light Liara. And it is actually a pretty good model in texture rather, because it does have makeup, which does make sense for being an information broker on Ilium. Unlike the texture that was used in the first game, where she was an archaeologist, so she didn't really have that much makeup on. And it actually is very close to the texture that we will see in Mass Effect 3, so it's also nice continuity. I'll have some links to those textures in the description of the video, I guess, as per usual. But we'll see. I'll probably upload those textures myself onto somewhere, like Nexus or so on. Yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing that I wanted to say is that if you think about what happens in vanilla with the vanilla texture, Liara basically fails the duck test for being Liara. She doesn't look like a duck. She doesn't walk like a duck, because now she's an information broker all of a sudden and dropped everything that had to do with archaeology. And while she quacks like a duck, that's not enough to actually go through the duck test. So it feels like she is not the same Liara anymore. Not the same Liara that we knew and loved from the first game. And in the first game she even said that she prefers the solitude of dig sites over the crowdiness of large cities. And Nos Astra is a large city, a very large city. So that makes very little sense. There's been very many changes that are absolutely not necessary that were done in between these two games, and that's another point where I think that is very disappointing in Mass Effect 2. And also she doesn't join you. Just like the Vermeer Survivor. But at least the Vermeer Survivor had a reason not to join, because they would have to record lines for 2 people, and only one of them will be heard at one point in time. With the case of Liara, that's not the case. She is just one person. So this is disappointing, extremely disappointing, and in vanilla all you get from Liara is that one short quest. With the Shadow Broker DLC, a lot of things are...
Our report may surprise you. New data commissioned by the Architectural Union has noted a correlation between tested intelligence and item habitat. The news comes as new homes ranging from studio apartments to spacious rooftop mansions enter into open market bidding.
Yes, so, as I was saying, it is one of the most disappointing things in this game, I'd say. And in general, like, you only get this short quest out of her, and in vanilla you cannot do anything else. She's just there and she refuses to talk to you, and that's it. The Lair of the Shadow Broker does improve this quite a bit, not just with the texture, but also with how you can interact with Liara. But keep in mind that that is a DLC. It is a paid DLC, it was never made free, and just like all the other paid DLCs, you cannot even have discounts on the DLC. It costs just as much as it costs on the day of the release, because it's linked to your Bioware account. And you cannot buy it anywhere else but through the Bioware network. So that is really, really dumb. And that's really one of the main disappointments of this game. But oh well.
Would like to offer a clarification of our special report on notorious assassin Thane Krios. While Ilium News did credit Thane Krios' legend
Okay, so more news about Thane.
Listen, I know the data is vital to the Kurosa family. Nasana Dantius didn't give us time to pack. I'm lucky I got out at all. Her mercenaries were starting to shoot. If she lets us back in, I'll get it, I promise. If not, well, we'll just have to hope. Excuse me, I'm on an important call.
Yeah, so he was talking about Nasana Dantius as well. So it seems there is some family data somewhere that they want to get. Well, that's an interesting thing to keep in mind. So, there is a trading floor. There's more shops to be had, but as you can see, I am completely out of credits. Well, that's what I mean with credits being really quite scarce in this game. And there's Serena. So, let's see.
Serena?
Who wants to know?
Name's Shepard. Liara Tassoni said you might have information on Thane Krios.
Tana, cover for me. Over here. Yeah, I know who Thane Krios is. I might have passed him some information, but I didn't hire him. What do you want to know?
Maybe you could help me find him?
I can tell you, but you won't stop him. When he contacted me, I checked up on him. The man never gives up on a job. I ran security for Nasana Dantius. Then I found out she was having people killed to cover up her dirty secrets. She fired me when I confronted her. Her loss. I might have been good enough to stop Thane from taking her down.
So, if you recall, Nasana Dantius was someone who we met in the first game, on the Citadel. She was actually some sort of an ambassador, because we saw her in the embassy lounge, and she asked us to go and take out her sister. And we did that. Well, it turns out that the person who we took out was her sister, and it was just so that she could cover her tracks also. While she said that it was a sort of operation to get her out of trouble, and she couldn't talk about it because she was an ambassador. It turned out that she was lying and she was trying to cover her own tracks. We did get credits from that, but it wasn't very nice.
Why does that name sound familiar?
She was a representative on the Citadel a few years ago.
Right. She had me kill her sister, the slaver.
I thought that was just a rumor. Well, you know what she's capable of then. She has even more power here in Nos Astra. She uses it to keep her friends in check, and her enemies dead.
Yep. So basically what Serena is saying is that Nasana Dantius is back to her old tricks of killing all of the people that might be a problem to her business.
If you work there, you must have an idea what his opposition will be.
Eclipse mercs. High-tech killer. Undisciplined, but very well equipped. They don't much care who they kill, as long as they're paid for it. Thane has quite a reception waiting for him. I told him all I knew. He didn't seem worried.
And looks like Thane is trying to gun Nasana Dantius down. Which for us is fine. After all, it's not a very nice thing to just kill all of your opponents. But we don't really have much to do with Nasana Dantius ourselves. We're just here to find the assassin, who is just having a mission of his own.
So where do I find Thane?
The Dantius Towers. Penthouse level of Tower 1. There's a second tower, still under construction. If Thane is smart, he'll go in from there.
It doesn't sound like Nasana's just gonna let me in.
She's as smart as she is paranoid. No one's getting in or out of there without a fight. I can get you in, but you'll only get one shot. You'd better be ready.
You're just offering your help? No strings attached?
You're going to look for Thane. Nasana's mercenaries will try to stop you. At the least, you'll distract her guards. Take a little fire, give Thane a clear shot. I didn't hire him to kill Nasana, but I won't shed any tears when she gets what's coming to her.
So, yeah, in other words, Serena was responsible for security. Then she found out that Nasana was doing all these dirty tricks of killing opponents and decided to go away, basically, before she had her killed as well. And since she's fine with Thane assassinating Nasana, she is okay with helping Thane as well. That makes sense.
Do you know anything else about Thane?
Not much. He did say that he's not doing the hit for money. Nobody hired him. I wanted to know who I was helping, and he said he's doing this job on his own. That he had to restore the balance of his life. I don't know. Maybe he's crazy. If he takes down Nasana, I don't care why he does it.
Yep. Well, we are going to go after Thane next time.
I'll be back in a bit.
I'll be here, but I wouldn't wait too long.
Get a ride with Serena to the Dantius Towers. I would normally go and buy some more things from shops, but I don't have the credits, so I'm just going to go forward. But that will be next time. So, see you all then. Later.